Calling all nerds. This is More Than Dice, the podcast where we dive deep into the realms of everything nerdy. Whether you're a nerd culture connoisseur, a tabletop titan, a miniature gaming marveler, or just someone who proudly embraces their inner geek, this is the podcast for you. And now, let's get to the show.
Hey, welcome to a new episode of More Than Dice, for episode 337. My brain has not been braining all day today. I have been so tired and getting things done. But
not like you've done anything, Gonzo. Damn.
Oh, man, I have done a lot of crap. So, my name is Gonzo.
I'm Izzy.
I'm Brie.
Brie is on the show again today because now it is actually her episode, because we had, for people that don't know, she was on a couple of weeks ago, and she was on just to kind of help us out because we had an opening, and she decided she'd kind of hang out with us. And so this was when she was supposed to actually be on the show. And so she can be here and do all the cool things.
And talk about all the cool stuff.
Yes, and talk about all the cool stuff. Because I think she was really super busy this week.
This is a no pressure zone. We're just here to chill and have fun.
Yeah, we're a bunch of dorks.
And make fun of Gonzo.
Yes.
Which is
and
very
say,
common.
damn it, Gonzo, all the time.
Damn it, Gonzo.
Because it's all his fault.
If you weren't watching the pre-ramble, you got to see some really good video of Brie eating Oreos and trying to answer questions as she's eating the Oreos.
He full dentist me right there. Like, he full dentist office me.
Yeah.
No,
yeah, I did.
The best part was when you tried to shove the whole Oreo in your mouth at once and decided against it because you realized you were on video, and so you took a little nibble of it. And I said, no, just shove the whole thing in there.
I tried to be a lady, and then you're like, no, we know you better. Shut up.
we're not ladies here. We're a bunch of gremlins. It's fine.
So, welcome to the episode. Today we're going to be talking with Brie about what her passion and she's working on, and she's going to give us all that. But before we do that, we got to get to the business. We want to thank Turbo Dork for sponsoring the channel and providing us with all the cool stuff. We will have some gift certificates to give away pretty soon on air. We will probably do them on Facebook so we can get a lot more notice for them. But we want to thank them. If you like metallic paints, turbo shifting paints, you like any of that stuff, please go over there and purchase stuff, because you can also get some really cool things. Like, their best product is a fucking piece of silicone that is just meant for stirring or whatever. This thing, I will tell you, I've used this on so much stuff, it's not even funny. These little stir sticks, I've used those a lot.
This is the best, like, shine top coat motherload.
Oh yeah,
This is my obsession. I'm still learning painting, but it's my obsession. It's so close.
And their paint bottles are the best paint bottles in the market right now.
Facts.
I love them.
Yeah. So, also, we want to just give a good shout out to everybody out there working hard and doing what they can, making sure that everybody is looking after each other. Missy, do we have any other shout outs this week?
I currently cannot recall anything that came up.
No, neither did I. I don't either. But
I mean, I'm
You
sure
don't tell me anything, so I don't know.
I'm sure something happened, but my brain is also not braining. Again, I've been driving for like 7 hours today, so
that's the reason why you make the big bucks, right?
No.
I did not sign up to Brain Cell tonight, guys.
Y'all are getting paid for this? I'm sorry. What?
We don't get paid for the podcast? What the hell? I've been doing this for 8 years and I'm supposed to get paid? It's not working. I gotta get paid. Missy, what are you drinking tonight?
So I have hydration, because hydration is important, but I'm almost done with that, and I decided I needed my left hand brewing milk stout nitro. So I'm drinking this tonight because I deserve a treat.
You deserve a treat.
Yes, you do.
Okay, Brie, what are you drinking tonight?
I finished my energy drink, and then I went to sip my Diet Coke, and it was gross because the ice all melted. So I have my Circle Cup with water and strawberry kiwi flavor.
Ooh, that sounds delicious. I
Oh, you
drink that.
gonzo?
I am doing the good old H2O because I just need to make sure I hydrate before I dehydrate. You had a lot of caffeine yesterday and a lot of caffeine this morning, so just gonna make sure I'm getting some good hydration on there. Other than that,
Hey there, hubby. How are you?
Hi, Javi.
so just gonna
Also,
make
no
sure I do all that.
pressure. My boss is in the chat now, so Adam, I see you. I'm not gonna make any messes. I promise.
Well, that's why they just show up in chat and call you out on your bullshit, right?
He will. He'll correct me real time. That's what he does. We're so good at this.
Um,
Lies. Yes, you are lies. Both of you. I'm getting double teamed now. What the hell, man? We didn't even start yet.
Yeah, we haven't even started talking about the episode. I mean, you still got 50 minutes to go. You have 50 minutes to talk about your stuff. So you got everything ready?
No, you said you'd ask me questions.
I'm not going to do anything. You're just going to talk and go for it because this is what you're supposed to be. You got to be doing everything. You'll get it.
Phrasing.
But guys, we appreciate everybody that listens. We appreciate everybody that's watching. As you know, we always have a saying here: if you see something, say something. If you hear something, say something. If you can do something, do something. If you can't, find somebody that will, because we've got to look after each other. Got to make sure we're taking care of each other. Cheers.
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 I forgot how good this was.
It's my favorite milk stout. This is why we were meant to be best friends. It's fine.
Clearly.
So,
I will say though, my favorite one is Dragon's Milk.
I like Dragon's Milk best.
I haven't
Dragon's
actually
Milk.
tried Dragon's Milk yet.
You need to try Dragon's Milk. It's so
Find it.
fucking good.
Look, I need to find it. So my favorite beer when I was just starting to drink was I did Yinglings a lot. And then I moved up from Connecticut to New Hampshire and they don't sell Yingling up here. So
Well then.
We're going to switch over to our paint cam so
Oh,
we can
boy.
get some good painting going on and get everything kind of set up. So
Ooh, look at this layout. It's so clean.
Yeah.
my dog is not happy with me. He's like, why are you not paying
It's
attention
the top
to
of
me?
your head. There you are.
Yeah.
Woo! Oh.
Up close and personal there.
All right. Get everything set. So we are going to be talking with Brie. Brie, who are you and why are you on the show?
I'm just a guy. I'm just a dude. It's
Just a
fine.
dude.
I am Brie. I am the director of SAGE, which is the Sensory Adjusted Gaming Experience, I think is what we landed on. I don't remember. There were two E words. Like, Adam's probably like killing himself over this right now because there were two E words and I don't remember which one we picked, but we're doing experience now. Sorry, Adam. Which is the newest branch of Compassion. We're a 501c3 out of the Boston area, and we focus on making experiences enjoyable for everybody. Experience. Yeah, I was right. Okay, cool. See? No issues. We're doing great.
She members.
Remember. I was due to remember something. What we provide like sensory adjusted spaces at Rhode Island Comic Con, Granite State Comic Con, and other local events, conventions, festivals, stuff like that, where we have that space where if you are overstimulated, you can decompress, not be judged, not be pushed out if you're being too loud, desensitizing in the way that you need to best, and helping you do that. So we provide fidgets, we provide like building blocks to play around with. We have sensory kits that we give out with like the earplugs and a little fidget and something to like a candy to put in your mouth so you can suck on something for that oral stimulation.
Mm-hmm.
We have like weighted stuffies, pillows, like we just provide that space, that welcoming kind of environment
But this is
at
only for
other
kids,
major
right? Only kids get to
events.
participate with this, right?
No.
What? You
So
mean
autism doesn't have an
adults?
age. Yeah, anyone who needs it can come in. We've actually had artists at conventions come in, and they will come and they'll just sit down. Like they'll take their break, they'll go get their food, they'll come in, they'll just relax for a minute, just hang out. Um, it's for everyone because there's no age limit on anything and no diagnosis is necessary. Thank you, Adam. We don't
That,
judge. We
that's
don't
wonderful.
we don't hate on it. We don't question it. We're just, hey, if you're being loud, yes. If you're being loud, we're gonna tell you, hey, you need to keep it down a little bit. We had a couple situations, well, one main situation where we were in one of our sensory areas last year was in a hotel bar, what was formerly a hotel bar. So there was like the area in the front with all the tables and the stools and the bar top and everything where people could just come in and sit. But we were in the back of that room with all of our stuff set up. So we frequently had to come up and just be like, hey, guys, this is a sensory space. Like, I get there's tables, I get there's chairs. It's really cool that you want to just hang out, but keep it down a little bit. And for the most part, people are very understanding of that and respectful and cognizant of that.
So I can come and play Magic Gathering while I'm there and
No, because you'll
listen
yell
to
at everybody
videos.
while you're playing Magic.
So, how did this thing get started? I mean, everybody knows that I'm autistic and, blah, 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 and so on and so forth. We've talked about it before. And
We all kind of neurospicy in this place.
yeah,
Ayy.
how did this get started and why did it get started?
So I that's not my story to tell, unfortunately. That's Adam's story. He founded this organization 9 years ago. He does have an autistic son, and I know that a lot of what he doesn't for him. Which is exactly why I am so gung ho because my Mr. Breezerger's daughter is on the spectrum, and I love helping her find herself in gaming and everything. And that's how Sage came to be, really, is because that's been my passion. And she's found love in gaming, and I've never had someone that kind of endorsed that while I was growing up for me. So I like being able to be that person for her. Um, and she loves volunteering at our events. Like we were at the Fisher Cats is a local baseball team. Adam and I went to the game today with the guys from Granite State Comic Con. Banana Lord does rule. That's her. But we suited up as characters to help promote Granite State because they're one of our best, like our favorite people. They actually, the brains behind Granite State Comic Con donated about 100 board games and officially started Sage's board game library this year.
That's
So
awesome.
yeah, because they have a comic book store and they were just it was really cool. We have a lot of stuff to give away, a lot of like stuff that we have for our events now. It's really exciting. But we went to the game and Riley was there and she started Banana Lord started just fitting right in. She was holding the wheel so kids could spin it. She was giving out the free comic books they had, and it was a really big thing. And I wish I'd had someone to encourage me to do more of that stuff when I was her age, you know? So that's why I do it. And a lot of people on our board and on our core staff that we have at Compassion, we all have that kind of driving force behind us of like, we're doing this for someone. We're doing this more than just for ourselves. We're doing this more than just for the strangers that we meet, that we help, that talk to us and say, hey, we really appreciate what you do. There's always a personal tie somewhere along the line. And it helps make it more authentic, which is really nice. I've never been a part of something as organically authentic as this. So that's gorgeous mini mop. Gonzo.
I was resetting up the scene a little bit because I wanted to zoom in a bit more.
Mm.
So Okay. So it's a
So
safe
he's
space
been
where
doing,
people can kind of disappear. I get that.
yeah,
Which, as someone that is autistic and stuff, I've also, when I was doing Warfare Weekend, we would like, I wouldn't say rent out, but we would give out noise canceling headphones, so on and so
yeah.
forth, and let people wear those during the convention. We just asked that you brought them back, which
I love that. Yep.
we never had anybody take one, so it was win-win for us. And they still do that. They still have it, so it's still there.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Um,
really cool.
and
Gaming
we
is a
had a
very
room.
loud space. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Sorry.
no, yeah, it's ridiculously loud, and we did that. But do you charge people, or do
We don't.
you?
We're
So
100% not for profit. Our what Adam and I have come to say since he brought me into the fold 2 years ago almost now, is that we're not here to make money. We're here to make people happy. We do like I make a lot of arts and crafts. Like I make keychains, I make perler beads, like perler art stuff. Um, and we're gonna start bringing those to events. And if you make a donation, you can take something off our table, kind of a thing. But we're not. We've got a couple of grants, but we've been really just funding this. He's been funding this himself. He's been doing a lot of this himself, and this is something that he's always wanted to do. He's incredibly passionate about, and I'm really glad that I'm able to be a part of it and get him more on the map, I guess. It's something that really needs to be addressed in more circles, and it's really the organizations that have come to us. We actually have two really big new events this year that are really exciting and will potentially lead to more events for us. And it addresses needs that should be met everywhere. It shouldn't be a thought. It's just, but you don't think about it, unfortunately.
so do you do you rent out a space, or do people buy the space, or do you have people purchase? Do like people pay you to come out, or do you come out and then request a space? So if you're going to a convention, say you're going to, and I'm just going to use Gen Con because that's coming up pretty soon. Does
Yeah.
Gen Con pay you to come out, or do you say, hey, Gen Con, we would like to do this, so on and so forth? How does that work?
So actually a good example is one of the new events that we're doing this year. So, um, news break, because we haven't really posted about it, we haven't really talked about it, but Compassion is actually providing sensory adjusted spaces at the Star Wars Unlimited Galactic Championships in Las Vegas at the end of July, by Fantasy Flight Games. It was our first event with them. We're really, really excited about it. And full transparency right here. We went to them, we said we want to provide this space for you guys at your event, so it's one less thing that you have to figure out or decide if you want to do, and it's there, it's available. We just need our travel covered and we need food. Like that's for Adam and myself, I can say this with certainty. We just want to be able to be there for people. We have, as I've already said, we've had those people in our lives that we just want to be there for, and we want to be able to be that person for more people. So if you're going to fly me out and give me a hotel room and provide us a space to set up what we do, feed me once or twice a day. I don't eat much. I'm tiny. And we're good, you know. We're not picky. There are certain things like the other event that we're doing is we're setting up a tent. We have a tent for us at downtown in Manchester, New Hampshire in June. June. Uh, they do Easter Seals New Hampshire does a 5K. Easter Seals New Hampshire does a 5K partnered with Eversource. So we have a tent, and we said, hey, our tent needs to have walls. Like it's a pop-up gazebo. We need the walls, and we need you to provide like insulation. So like moving mats, blankets, whatever they're called, to kind of insulate it, make it a little more soundproof. Just so we can provide that space adequately with what you're giving us. And that was no questions asked. They covered parking, they're covering food. Like it's as long as we have the time to do it, we love to do it.
Cool. You said that you had sensory stuff and everything. Um,
Mhm.
what are some things that you wish you could have in there? Because while you can have, you probably do what you can, but there's
Yeah.
always that wish list of stuff that you want to do that you always have. What are some of the stuff that you wish you could have at your, you know, area?
In our every show rooms, bringing the board game library is probably my biggest one, because gaming is so important to me. But we are lucky in the sense that we have our own convention. It is called Calmer Con. It is in Weston, Mass. First weekend of September, September 6th this year. It is a show that we put on as an organization partnered with the Boston Comic Arts Foundation, and it is free for all attendees. We ask like people to pre-register online so we get an idea. Oh, yeah,
Oh,
you
hey,
get.
there's a link.
Oh, hey, there's a link.
It's like I'm prepared.
I was like, oh, it's the same color as Adam. He's jumping in. No, it's Missy because she did best. Um, so we provide this show once a year, and we have our own gaming space in that show, which I love, and I'm very excited to also announce that the good friend of ours, the Glacial Geek, is actually going to be coming up and doing paint and takes. He's going to be doing our first ever paint and takes at our show this year. So I'd love to be able to bring that more places, which will probably be in the pipeline for next year once we get our system down because it's our first year doing those. Uh, and it's more about like finding models that are easy for kids to paint.
Mhm.
And yes, you better request that day off. I'm dragging you there whether you're working or not, bestie. Adam's on board with that plan already. I know it, so it's fine. Um, but we do all this stuff. Like last year, we had the gaming room for the first time. We set up character creation for Dungeons and Dragons, and I think only like 30% were like adults or neurotypicals. Um, and the other 70% were all the kids, the neurodivergent, the disabled, like I want to get into it and never had the support to be able. Nessie, that would be amazing. We'll talk about that. That would be really awesome, actually. Um, oh my God. Whew, thrown off.
Anyway.
Good thrown off. Um, but we did that. I think we had like 50 something characters drawn up in total, which was insane because it was literally the day before the show. Everyone was like, "Oh, by the way, we need something for D&D." And I was like, "Again." Got it. um, so that was fun. There were times when the Banana Lord took one of her favorite games and was teaching it to other people.
Okay.
Brie is a chibi.
Welcome in, Shazlord.
Hi, Shader Sword. Brie is a chibi. Yes. um,
But do
I
you
love.
have your own chibi emote?
I do not.
I feel like that needs to be a thing.
It probably should. It's okay. I have 2 emotes for my channel. I can vouch for that. That I'm a chibi. I'm helping. Hi, friends. So, like, we do all kinds of stuff. I've organized cosplayers in the past. Like, I'd love to just be able to bring more of what we do at our show to other conventions, but that's also not what we're at these other conventions for, which I recognize. It's there's so many ideas and so many options to bring, but we have like that one room, which is good. We never know how much foot traffic we're going to get. And sometimes with conventions, we don't know where the room is going to be until we get there. And that can play into it. There's a time where we were at a convention and they just put us in pipe and drape, like right in the front near the door. And that we worked with what we had, but it was not a great setup for what we do. We just had to adjust, adapt, and conquer. And that's probably the hardest part is you never know what you're gonna walk into.
That's fair. Do you think that going forward you would consider talking about that beforehand with the different conventions that you're working with?
The problem is with that one specifically, it was a show that we've worked with in the past and we've never had that issue. But I think it was a new venue. And yes, I'd love to inspire more events to have sensory spaces. That's why I'm here. I actually, when we were at Adepticon, Hank asked me to check out the sensory rooms that were at the Baird Center. And I am trying to figure out exactly how to get back in touch with them and work on that for next year, hopefully. Fingers crossed, but
You need help getting in hold of Hank?
yeah, we'll talk about it later.
I got
But
you covered.
Hey, guess what?
Guess
hey,
who
guess
knows
what?
Hank?
We're friends. Yeah, I
Guess who's
sent
a
him an
fey
email,
creature
but
who knows people?
I have no idea. No, yeah, that's not an issue. It's just it's I want to bring it more places. I want to bring you're in good hands. I know, Nessie. I know. It's just a lot of it is figuring out where we draw the line on how many events we want to do, how far we're willing to bring our full kit, who needs to provide kits, stuff like that. So we do a
Mhm.
lot of consulting as well. Like Adam's actually spoken to sports teams about why a sensory adjusted space in a stadium is a good idea.
Huh. Cool.
In the New York area, yeah. We we're always open to helping. We're always open to the advising. We're working on making that an official part of Compassion, but that's like pipelines because 2025, man, this is not a fun year. But we have a lot of really good ideas, and I can't talk about how grateful I am to be a part of it and be a face for it. You know,
That's cool. How do y'all receive most of your funding? Because I mean, you do have expenses. You said you get grants. Is there donation pages? Is
we
there?
we have a PayPal giving fund set up. We also just accept donations. We do our Comic Con. We do Give Butter donation page. I believe we still have up. Um, just it's a lot of word of mouth. We'll take however we can get for donations. We're not judgy. We're not picky. I actually one of the most heartwarming things that's ever happened to me is one of the girls. I work in retail. I'm a store manager, and one of my girls has a second job, and she won a prize at this other job where they would donate $50 in her name to any organization she chooses, and she chose us. And so she went back to her boss, like, this is the organization. Her boss looked us up and said, oh, that's really cool. And like organically started spreading that word. So they donated to our organization, which I've never had someone willingly support everything I do quite like she does. And it's okay, I can't say never because Brian's gonna yell at me in a second, but it's not a common occurrence for me, and it warmed my heart, and it's really I was being nice. Thanks, honey. Uh, so it's we something that I'm plan on doing is painting on stream on my channel, Breezerker. Um, because I know there's a way, I just gotta figure out what the magic number is to link it or talk to you about it even. To link the PayPal giving fund to my streams to get donations while I'm painting, and it sounds fun. It sounds simple, and I'm still relearning everything, and all the things that I'm gonna relearn while I'm painting things, I'm taking straight to our paint and takes. I'm taking straight to workshops and doing sensory adjusted painting for models, kind of a deal. I like making kids realize that they can still do everything that they want to do.
All right. So, what are the next events that y'all are going to be at? What's your next 5, 6, 7, 20, whatever you're going to do?
Really what I've talked about. So our next event, we have our tent at the Easter Seals New Hampshire 5K on June 5th. We're doing the Star Wars Galactic Championships in Vegas at the end of July. It's the last weekend of July. Comic-Con in Boston, well, in West End, Mass, is going to be September 6th. And then we will be at Granite State Comic-Con from September 20th to 21st, which is really like a Ninja Turtles palooza. It's really fun. It's one of my favorite events I've ever been a part of. And that's also in Manchester, New Hampshire. Adam tends to turn up at events in the Massachusetts area and not tell me about them until he's already there. So I'm looking at you, Adam. But that's we pop up where we can. I think that's really our main thing. We were just at Wicked Comic-Con in Boston with a table. He feels seen. Yes, because I'm looking right at you. It's really just about getting it out there. When I go to different conventions for other purposes, I bring my cards, I talk about it, I drum up as much excitement and interest in it as I can. I've got a couple of feelers out there for more events for this year, more donations, more sponsorships for our gaming area, but that's all stuff I can't talk about yet.
I'm pretty sure that's how we ended up talking. Is
It
you
is.
you had your fancy business cards and you were like, "Oh my god, I'm so excited about this."
And then I still I don't want to say how many sitcoms it doesn't kill me of your minis.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Exactly. Yes. So I'm here for a good time, and hopefully we're here for a long time.
All right. So
Don't out me, Brian.
being that this is it, and you're passionate about it, and I can hear you're passionate about it. How does this relate to you? Because I mean, you and I, just so everybody knows, I met Brie at Adepticon, and we started talking, and then we started talking at Adepticon, and then we found out that our we're very similar in personality. We're very similar in spectrum issues and so on and so forth. And we've been talking. I mean, she literally calls me. She calls me at like 3 o'clock in the morning, going, "Hey, do you do this?" And I'm like, "Yes, I'm still awake too." No.
I told everybody that Gonzo and I have talked more since we've met than I've talked to my mother all year. So that's and I don't do phone calls, and everyone in this chat that knows me is like gonna be like, "Oh no, she really doesn't. She hates that." But
usually we text, but I mean, there's times that we call because like I'm driving or whatever, and
I
such.
think you guys, Brian and Oz, are actually the only people that I will like willingly make a phone call to. Like,
Yeah.
so that is very good company to be in, and all of that.
But because you and I, we've talked a lot, and we were like, I do this, I do that, we get this, we get that, and it always comes up, and it's nice to be able to talk to somebody going, "Don't you hate this?" And you're like,
yes. I never had that person. So I was when I was a kid, I was in the advanced learning track in my school. So from 4th to 8th grade, I was in like basically a grade above classes. And I got very gifted burnout really quick. As I came to learn, that's a symptom of being on the spectrum.
Yeah.
I never really got tested though. I was always told there was nothing wrong with me. I was just smart. So I just rolled with it. And then COVID happened in 2020. And I started going to therapy for the first time in my life. I was finally ready to do it, ready to try it. And I was like, "So I think I'm autistic." And my therapist went, "Okay, why do you think that?" And I gave her just a laundry list of reasons. And she's like, "Okay, well, I can agree with you because you're right. Those are all like things that would point to you being autistic. Or you can go on a wait list for God knows how long to get a piece of paper that says that for a lot more money." And I was like, "Okay, well, I'll listen to you." You kind of know what you're talking about. And the rest has just been kind of eye-opening. And ever since, I just keep learning more and more about myself. And I'm like, oh, that makes so much more sense now.
Yeah, because
But when I've been in the gaming world for, we were doing the math in the car earlier, and I think it was 18 years I've been playing D&D and Magic, and it's a lot. My mom kind of never, she accepted that I did it. She's just like, I don't get it. Whatever. You found something, do it. Whatever. I'd go play with my friends. My boyfriend at the time's brother was my first game master for Dungeons and Dragons. He had a charitable organization called Castles and Chemo, and he used to run games at Gen Con up until he passed away in 2019, I think it was. And it all benefited cancer research. It was a campaign written about battling cancer cells. It was his passion project, and that was my first intro into, hey, I can take this cool thing that I do and I love, and I can make it do good things. So when I moved up here to New Hampshire from Connecticut, I kind of like everything got distanced in its own way, and then I found Adam and Compassion, and the rest is history. We clicked really well. He and I get along like a house on fire. Get on like a house on fire. It's great. And now Brian, Banana Lord, love him, or so they tell me. And it really is a family affair, and it's the kind of support and the things that I'm passionate about that I always wanted to have when I was young and vulnerable and didn't really know what was going on in my brain, what was going on around me, and now I get to provide that for other people. I get to be that gateway into, hey, you don't need to
Put on the red
be
light.
neurotypical in order to play games. You can do what you love and you don't have to be judged for it. You can find other people and make friends with this. And that's what I do. That's why I like it.
So, what hobbies are you into? So we can get it because you never really gave us that thing because you're actually
Give us your laundry list.
Yes.
My laundry list of hobbies. Oh god, I do
Yes.
Magic the Gathering. I dragged Brian back into that, unfortunately. Play a lot of Commander. I've been playing that since 2000. Oh god, 2008, 2009. I don't know. Zendikar. I don't know when that came out. I love board games. I have over 400 board games staring at me in my basement right now.
Okay. Real quick. What's your top 10?
That's a lot of numbers.
Okay, top 5.
Okay. Ticket to Ride.
Okay.
Good solid game.
Flamecraft.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god, I'm looking at it and then I remember that Brian shut the lights off down here and I can't see anything. Azul
Good one.
is one of my favorites.
I feel like
It
I've heard
is.
that.
It's a tile placement game. It's
Yes.
artsy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In that vein, I'm really excited to try Sagrada because I have it. I just haven't played it yet. So I have
Mhm.
400 board games. Yeah, that's yeah. I have Apotha Bakery we just got from Kickstarter. That's a really good one. That's really cute. And Marvel Champions is
Yep.
really good. And then the game that actually I think I gave you 5 already, but the game that actually got me back into gaming that got me not back into, but into gaming conventions was I applied on a whim to be a demonstrator at Gen Con in 2023. And I had never been to I'd been to like 2 gaming conventions. They were local in Stamford, Connecticut. Con and Fall Con, if anyone's ever heard of them, which yay if you have. But then I applied to demonstrate and I was put on the team for Dixit Disney Edition and worked with Asmodee Games demonstrating this game. I met one of my best friends on the whole planet doing that team. Like we still get together at shows every time we go somewhere. Even if we're not working for the same people, we'll go out for dinner at least once.
As friends do, yeah.
As friends do. And so I have a copy of Disney Dixit, my copy that I was teaching all that weekend. I gave it the Jungle Cruise treatment, and just had as much fun teaching it as I possibly could. Gave people an experience, and I have it, and it's signed by the developer of the original Dixit.
That's awesome.
So, and he was at PAX Unplugged for a different game that I always say Libelud wrong, but we're gonna go with Libelud. Libelud, I don't know. But he was there for a different game that they put out, and he yelled at me for not working for this money again. But he remembered me, and it gaming is something else, man. I've never felt more seen than I do in a gaming environment. So board games, Magic the Gathering, now mini painting. Cosplay was a big thing for me.
Was?
But I've kind of New England cosplay scene is not the best sometimes. So I do it for fun. I do it for charity events. I do it for promotional events. I pick my battles, as they say. Otherwise, I don't really Carcassonne, Munchkin, Stratego. I forgot Mousetrap was a game. Mousetrap's a good game. Can I change my top 5?
Mousetrap is a game. Yeah, I remember playing that when I was a kid.
Did you play it, or did you just do the whole thing and just let it run and go, let's see if it works?
Yes.
Sure. I was a
You can
kid.
do both. Yeah.
I was a kid. I remember playing it. I don't remember the details of said childhood. So
Most
I
of the time
have
it's
vague
just like,
ideas of what I did as a child.
let's set it up and just watch it do its thing.
Sure. Yeah. Mhm.
I liked
I guess.
Marble Run was like something my mom used to get me when I was a kid. And it's just like this plastic pieces and you make your own like roller coaster
Yep.
for the marbles. It's so fun. Oh no, we're gonna get you some fun, some better games, some more better games. There we go.
It's sort of
Or
like
better.
one of the games I had as a kid
Mm.
was crossbows and catapults. And I love that because we would jack up those crossbows and put tons of rubber bands on the crossbows and tons of rubber bands on the catapults, and we'd just shoot those things. And they re-kickstarted it and re-brought it back out. And I was just dying at that. I was like, that's hilarious.
One of the weird favorite games I have a couple weird games on my shelf. I have a original copy of Risk from like the early 1900s. And then I have a game called Advance to Boardwalk, which is an offshoot of Monopoly that did not gain traction, but I find it infinitely more fun than Monopoly. Also Monopoly's banned in my house, but we have 6 or
But
7 copies of different
so Monopoly is banned in a lot of people's houses, including my gaming group, because people are petty as fuck.
If we want to scream at Brian for beating us at a game, we're just gonna play Mario Kart. It's fine. It's fine.
So, a board game that's like Mario Kart is really fun is Rim Racers by Corvus Belly.
Ooh.
Have you played that?
I have not played that actually.
Oh my god. Okay, so the next convention that we see each other, I'm bringing Rim Racers and we're going to play.
I'm in. Love Rim Racers.
Yes.
Yeah, Rim Racers is really, really good. And you make up the track, so it's not like
Okay.
the track is all you make it up yourself, so it's not anything weird. And it's pretty much Mario
Well, that's
Kart.
when you make it weird, but yeah.
So it's not weird unless Gonzo builds the track himself and goes rogue and uses all of the pieces that he possibly can.
And
It
it's
makes
really
for a
good.
very long game.
When you get more people, the game is 10 times better when you have more people too, by the way.
I love that though.
Mhm.
It's a good party game. So if you can find it, I highly recommend that because it's not a hard game and you can get it and be super good with it.
So
I
speaking
own
of
it. I love
party
it.
games,
I need more friends
so
to play it
speaking of
with me.
party games, if you guys like party games, honey, Brian, type faster. What are you honeying me for? Red Dragon Inn. Yes, we love Red Dragon Inn in our house. Brian had bought almost all of what was out for his best friend since they were, I don't even want to try and guess how many years old. It's his wife. That's how you do it. At his house, and I came in and I was like, "Oh, I have this game. I don't know if you like it." I brought my big box out, and he's like, "Wait." But that wasn't the party game I was gonna say. Actually, a friend of mine came out with a party game last year, and it is called Change My Mind. And basically, how you play it is you're given a prompt, and it's like you have to like list off the people or the characters or the concepts of the card that fit the prompt. I should have had it out so I could show you when I whatever. But you have to rate them. So you have like 5 different tokens, 1 through 5. The items on the card are listed 1 through 5, and you have to like rate them face down. And then the speaker, like in Cards Against Humanity, they reveal how they would rate these things. And everyone has to try and change their mind to get as many the same as their hidden list order as possible. It's and then whoever has the most gets the card gets the point. It's kind of an amped up version of Super Fight, if you've ever heard of that one. That one's just like a debate party game. I
Okay.
really like Change My Mind though. It's like this big. It's in a little box. It's cute. It's a
Nice.
good game. It's a very good game. It's actually a finalist for. It was either a finalist or a nomination. I don't remember. I hope it was a finalist because my brain is not braining right now. At the Origin Awards for Party Game of the Year. Uh, it's just, it's one of my favorite indie games this year, actually.
So you mentioned you were doing your paint takes and such that you're trying to get going. What are you painting?
That's a really good question, Gonzo. We haven't gotten that far yet. I've got paints that have been donated from multiple sources. I've got stuff from Ammo. I've got stuff from Reaper. I've got stuff from New Worlds and Turbo Dork, of course. And for as far as paints go, I'm in talks with Kana from Kana Minis, and I should have some of her files to print out for her paint and takes that she provides. She was gonna send me over those files so I could print those for our events. Um, to have those because everyone loves cats. I am in because cats. Apparently, I've got hundreds of chibi minis from Nessie that we're gonna have. Um, and I have a couple other things that I'm working on. I sent out a couple of emails last week that I'm just like waiting to hear back on, excuse me, to get a little bit more, but we're also not above like, excuse me, I'm so sorry. Like getting files, printing them out. We're still trying to figure out the logistics, but we also, as it's our first one, we know it's going to be a little less populated because we don't know how many people are going to come for the gaming aspect of it because it's only our second year of having a big gaming area at our show. So we're trying to gauge it and not overdo it really. But I know like Banana Lord will sit down at the table and paint 2 or 3 minis while we're there because it's a one day, all day event. And she loves doing that kind of stuff now. Um, so it's really a matter of we're figuring out what we're doing as we do it. But I'm also like trying to keep in mind these are the paints that I've been given, these are the paints I have for these events right now. I'm working on trying to get a couple more donations in before I finalize like, hey, these are the minis that we should be able to do. You know?
Yeah.
It's just it's my first time running. I've worked in convention logistics for oh shit, 2011, 2010, something in there. So 14 years I've been doing convention logistics, like just on the sidelines of it. I haven't been like, I've done cosplay guest and contest organization. I've done guest handling. I've done guest relations. I've done a whole bunch of like the little things that kind of make it tick. And now I'm kind of, oh, this is the stuff that I haven't had to do with before. Let's try and figure this out. But it's a learning process and I couldn't ask for a better team to be doing it with.
Um, have you talked to maybe trying to get out to the larger crowds? Because I know, AKA, Gen Con is coming up.
Yes.
And that if you've never been, it
I've
is
been.
a it is a big crazy thing. And for people that have never been and they see the video of people getting into the convention hall, their
Hi, it's
anxiety
me.
just ramps up like crazy.
It's me. I'm people.
So my first Con was 2023.
Oh,
My aunt works for Ravensburger. 2023 was the year Lorcana released at Gen Con.
Oh my.
yeah, that was
So
wild.
she was in the middle of it all, sending me Snapchats of what am I doing? The whole time. But I was rooming with her. I barely saw her that weekend, and it was terrible. And then last year I actually saw her while we were there. It was great. This year Gen Con is not in the books for us. We're actually taking the Banana Lord to. It would have been her first concert, but it's now her second concert because her favorite band announced a tour suddenly, and we got tickets for that. So it was supposed to be that, hey, it's her first concert ever. This is a huge milestone. It's still a huge thing. It's great. We're going to see Linkin Park. So
Fuck yeah. That's awesome.
yeah. And then her favorite band is Baby Metal. So we're going to see them too.
It is Baby Metal.
Yeah.
I love Baby Metal.
They're so good. I'm so excited.
They're legit.
But yeah, so the larger crowds were we did open up a conversation with Reed Pop for PAX, but that is a TBD. Um, there's a couple other bigger shows that we're looking at to try and. I got invited to neither. Yeah, that's fair. You did not get invited to either. I'm sorry. You also didn't get invited to Weird Al, which I hate to rub into your face, but that's what we're doing. We have Weird Al, then we're going to Vegas for the Open, and then we have Linkin Park. So it's gonna be a crazy couple weeks. Shut up.
Well, fine then. Just don't invite any of us. No big deal.
Um, words are hard.
Words are hard.
I'll just go with it. Brain cell, come on. Bigger events. So we do Rhode Island Comic Con every year. We have 2 spaces there, I believe. We do Granite State Comic Con, which we have 2 spaces at. And Brian's defending me for once. This is nice. So Rhode Island's our biggest event right now. It is the biggest show in the smallest state. We've been there for quite a few years. We do quite a few of their altered reality shows. Um, it's just a matter of us having the time, really. Which we're slowly learning that with more hands on deck, we do have more time and more ability to do this kind of stuff. So next year, I think is going to be a really heavy push on conventions and events. This year is going to be more of a, hey, we're going to get our feet into more doors
What are
this year.
places that
But
you'd
we're
like to be in?
New York Comic Con.
That was quick.
So Adam and I have actually had this discussion at length, and that is his dream show to have a sensory adjusted space and provided by us. Um, and I've been to New York Comic Con once in 2013, and I went for one day, and it was way too much for me. So I agree that it is something that they would definitely benefit from. That's kind of like the end goal is like New York, San Diego, like the bigger shows that get the traction. GalaxyCon would be a really cool chain to get in with. The Fan Expo shows, like there's so many possibilities in the world of comic books because it's not comics are for everyone, games are for everyone. We started as a company as an organization that supported Comic Cons. We work with Comic Cons every year, and Adam has worked with Comic Cons every year. And gaming is new for us. I would love to have a presence at Gen Con because that's just the mothership for me. That I am sad I'm missing it this year, but I'm not sad that I'm missing it this year because of what I'm missing it for, if that makes sense.
That's a good
But
reason to miss it, yeah.
it's I'd love to just be able anyone that wants us, anyone that wants to listen to us consult about what they should have, like what we feel like would help them, benefit them. That's what we're here for. We're not if you have questions, like I had a organizer of a very big event in the gaming industry say, "Hey, I don't understand why we would need this. Like I don't understand what a sensory room is explaining it something that you're good for?" And I was like, "Yes, absolutely. Like we don't judge. We listen and we don't judge. We want to help and we are here for it. So we take all questions, we take all consulting. If your event can't afford to bring us out, still email us, still call us, still text us, whatever it is. We'll still help you. We'll tell you what you need in order to have that successful sensory room because we're here to make it better for everyone. You know?
My brain's doing stuff, but I cannot vocalize it.
I understand.
No, that's fine. There's
My everyday.
your life.
This is our life, yeah.
This is how we do it.
And I fit into it. Yay!
So, what are some places that people can go? How can they find you? So on and so forth. What's the MO now? Well, how can we reach out?
So you can email myself or Adam. I am Brie, like the cheese, at compassion.org. Adam is Adam at compassion.org. You can just go straight to compassion.org. I believe it redirects to comiccon.org right now, but we're
does,
working
yes.
on we're working on that. We are on Facebook, we are Instagram, we are as compassionate. Thanks for doing this, gang.
There's a
Thanks
nice little
for
Facebook link.
Yay. I think our Instagram is linked to that Facebook, so you can find it easier. There's a lot more in store for us, though. I'm currently trying to dedicate time to get a Discord server up so we can talk about all things nerdy and stuff like that. But really, the best way is Facebook. We post when you go onto our Facebook, you'll see Adam actually uploads a video of every space that we do. And that we provide. So he goes in, he sets it up, and then he'll go around and show everybody. This is what we do. We're very public about this information. We like making things easier for everyone. So Adam says, "Thanks for doing this, gang." Adam, thank you for bringing me into the fold and trusting me to do this.
Mhm.
I really appreciate it.
All right. Well, Brie,
Yeah.
we appreciate you being on. It has now come to that time of the show where we're going to switch over to the media section and talk about all things media related. So let me switch over the camera. We'll get started on that. For people that are new to the show, this is a part where we talk about media and our media stuff. It could be anything from movies to books to video games, you name it. We do not care. It is pretty much.
You do care a little because you nixed my idea.
Well,
we care just enough.
Just enough, yeah.
Just enough.
Yeah. So there are certain things, yes, that we cannot talk about. We won't do that because it's just not the right space.
So, Brie, real quick, Shadow Swords has a question for you. Since you're in New England, have you looked into doing anything at Captain Con?
We have not looked into that one yet. That is actually something that was brought up to me not too long ago. A couple of days ago, someone mentioned it. A couple weeks ago, it might have been you actually. My brain is not braining. Um, that is definitely that's always my first con of the year. I will definitely be looking into that right now. Then, well, tomorrow after Mizzy sends to me.
I've got another con in mind, but we'll talk after the show.
Okay, that's what's up.
All
I
right.
think Nessie knows.
But yeah, definitely anyone who wants to send me suggestions on where you think that we would fit in, send them to me, drop them in anywhere you might be able to get a hold of me, or Mizzy or Gonzo will pass them on to me too, Nessie too. Um, we love the suggestions and we love the feedback, because if you think that a show could benefit from it, then it looks better, because we're saying you had an attendee that suggested that we reach out to you. That makes the show feel good too, because they're getting acknowledged for something that they can provide that they
Mhm.
don't already. So it's definitely send that our way.
Yeah.
Nova open.
So, for people who are new to the channel, we are doing our media section. We have 2 rating systems. Brie already knows this, but one rating is it closer to Casablanca or closer to Cats? Casablanca being
The
near
movie.
perfect movie, or Cats the movie being one of the worst movies ever made. Or how many space herpes it is. The fewer space herpes, the better the movie, aka Casablanca would be 0, Cats would be 5 space herpes. And that's pretty much how our rating system works. If you don't know what a space herpes is, just Google it, watch the movie Ice Pirates, it's a cinematic masterpiece, and you can have it all to yourself.
The TLDR is you don't want space herpes.
You don't want any
No.
herpes.
No,
No herpes.
no herpes.
The only acceptable herpes is glitter, but even then, no.
Is it
So,
though?
with that said, I only have a few things because I was busy doing other things this week.
You had a
getting other-
life? How dare you?
Yeah, tried
I'm
to.
sorry, you don't have 14,000 things. Whatever will we talk about?
We're going to talk about Andor because May the 4th be with you. And that is very prevalent today. I am caught up completely on Andor and still loving the show. This is a great show just for people to get caught up on the dirty side of Star Wars. And that's the best way to put it.
We did not approve of Gonzo having a life.
No, probably did not.
Correct.
But that was the thing that I did is I watched Andor, caught up on all of that, and it is a political show. It is about the behind the scenes of what it's like to be a hidden side of the rebellion. We always see the rebellion as, all the fight scenes or, the few people doing things. This one shows all the political intrigue, all the behind the scenes dealings, all the things that were supposed to be done that you don't know about that are going to happen. And they've actually started doing a tick down. This is 1 year before the Battle of Yavin, so on and so forth, and which is good. They released 3 episodes this week, so I was like, okay, and watch that. Still good, still solid, good TV. There's not a lot of fighting, not a lot of action. It's a lot of the intrigue and the gruesome details of what it's like to be a caught rebel and possibly the damage that happens to you if you are, and such. Because there's a lot of stuff in there, which I'm thoroughly enjoyed, loving it. I'll give a full rating at the end of it, but I'm good to go. I'm liking this. Mizzy?
So my first one is one that we watched together. I cannot fully rate it because we haven't finished it, but the second season of Wanla came on Apple. It's about this girl who grows up at a sanctuary by herself with this mother figure, and then she finally gets to go to the outside world and finds out it's not what she was expecting at all. So season 2 picks up right where season 1 left off. It's just continuation story. It's really good. It's really chill. Animation's great, and I'm excited to keep watching and figure out what the heck is going on.
Yeah, I think we only have 2 episodes left in this season.
3.
3?
3.
Yeah, I don't even know if it's going to be the series finale or not. So we'll have to wait and see.
But I'm okay with it. Depending on how they wrap it up, it depends on if I'm going to demand more or if I'll be happy with just the 2 seasons.
There you
Yeah. Brie?
go. I am very late to the party here, but Brian and I started playing Baldur's Gate 3 together.
Oh.
I've had it on the Steam Deck since it came out. So he's played it on my Steam account. I hard locked myself out of a section. I couldn't get past it. So I was like, "Hey, can we play it together?" And he's like, "Yeah." So we started playing it together. And we got past that section already. I didn't tell him that, but he's finding that out in real time with you guys. So it's really fun. I'm constantly coming home being like, "Can we play? Can we play? Can we play?" And he's on the couch like, "No." But we do. So that's really where I'm at right now. Gonzo?
Because of May the 4th, I watched one of my favorite Star Wars movies, and it's a standalone, and it's Rogue One. Goes great because it's about Andor, and I think Rogue One is such a great Star Wars movie because it shows more of the dirty side. Don't get me wrong, I love my space wizards. I love Jedi. I will watch Jedi stuff whenever I can, however I can, whatever. That's my passion. I love the Star Wars Jedi, everything about Star Wars Jedi. But the Rogue One is such a good show because you know what they're doing, you know what they're trying to do, you know there's political intrigue, there's still the fighting, there's still the combat, and then the ending of that is just a big kick in the dick. It is, and it needs to be. Not every show about a war needs to be rainbows and happiness at the end. People die. And still, it's one of the few Star Wars movies that people cry in, just for the simple fact of, what Chirrut is the name of the character, when he does, I'm one with the Force and the Force is with me, and then, he dies with that, and the guy, holds him and does it. He goes, "I am one with the Force," and then he goes and he, starts wrecking ass and kicking everybody's name. And I mean that little scene and everything else that goes along with that, and the very ending was great. That just goes exactly to why I like Star Wars movies, because you need to have that. You need to show people that war is hell and war is dirty. It's still a 0 for me. Still got great characters, still got good people in it. Just love it to death.
I remember going to the theater and watching that and just bawling like a fucking baby.
Yeah, it's super solid. More for me. Mizzy, what's yours?
My other one is another big kick in the emotional balls that started a few weeks ago that we've been going through and watching every Sunday night at 9 as soon as it comes on. And that is The Last of Us Season 2. Holy fucking shit balls.
Tell me how you really feel.
Look,
so, I played the game. I knew everything was coming. And I'm enjoying the
You
shit
didn't,
out of it.
did you?
I asked for one spoiler, and I got that one spoiler.
Okay.
And I pity whoever did not have a spoiler and was not prepared. My heart goes out to you. I am sorry. God fucking damn it. The feels of this shit.
It's fine.
So what was funny is spoilers if you haven't seen it or whatever. We're gonna spoil it here and everything because everybody knows this is what's coming up. Season 2. So pre-warning.
This is the catalyst.
Here you go. If you don't want to be spoiled, leave. You got 5 seconds. 1, 2,
3, 4, 5.
Yeah. So episode 2 is where they killed Joel, and I enjoyed that. It was such a gut punch because you played as him. He was the main character in 1, so on and so forth. And when it happened in real life, when I was playing the game, I went pause, fuck this shit, and had to reset. And I was like, well, they're gonna kick me in the dick this entire game just like they did 1, and I fully expected it from then on out. What I thought was interesting was watching the reactions from people who have never played the game and don't know about it and see it for the first time in the TV show. And because everybody's like, no, I'm done with the show. No, this show's just too brutal and too gross and too... I'm like, sorry, we're just getting started. This show... and you expect that because Missy and I were talking about this. This is not a show about zombies. This is about
which is what I love about it.
Yeah, it's a show about humans living in a zombie apocalypse and how they react to each other and the zombies. And the zombies are a second side effect that we get to see that are cool and everything, but seeing them, do this shit is just great. Show's still good. It's already been renewed for a season 3, even though we don't have The Last of Us 3 yet.
Which is a spoiler that everyone's talking about, is thinking maybe Last of Us 3 is coming.
So
Correct.
either Last of Us 3 is coming, or they're going to split the 2 into 2 seasons.
Yeah, we're waiting.
We'll see. This show
Last
is
of Us 3 is coming.
Both is good.
Both is good.
Both is good. So this show is so good that I actually recommended it to my grandma this weekend.
Oh, I love that.
So
I love that.
hopefully she'll get caught up and then I can talk about it and, it'll be great. It'll be a good time. But holy fucking shitballs. Yeah. So season 1, episode 3 is a kick in the teeth, balls, ovaries, what have you. And season 2, episode 2 is the exact same vibe. Just maybe a little bit more brutal. But for how they did it, 0 space herpes. And now I have to wait for everything else.
Yeah, she said
Well,
she
I got a
didn't want
little
any more.
longer.
She didn't want any more spoilers. She goes, "All right, that's enough."
I said no more spoilers. I know I'm going to ask for more spoilers, and
Don't
you're going to
do
have
it.
to tell me no.
I get told no even when I ask, and I'm like, I understand it's a spoiler, but I need to know. And they're like, no, absolutely not.
You have to wait and see. You have to find out. You just keep watching. Damn
But
it,
it's
Gonzo.
I'll put him on the spot here. So when I tell Brian to pick where we're going for dinner, he'll say, "You're gonna find out when we get there." Like, no, that's not a spoiler.
dirty. That's dirty.
May or may not have happened today. I love you, honey.
Brie, what's your next one?
Oh God, I have to have a next one.
Yup.
I don't really know if this counts in this. Yeah, but she doesn't decide ever. I do too decide. You shut your lying whore mouth. This is why the dog just came downstairs, because he knows that I needed his comfort. My next one, I guess, is going. I don't even know. My brain just stopped working. We have a smart TV upstairs. We have a Samsung smart TV. And so when you turn off the Xbox, it automatically plays a random channel. And today it was the Aliens guy. The crazy hair.
Aliens.
Yeah, I've never seen his actual show before. And it was weird, but it was really funny. I was so excited. That's all I really got. I didn't have time for media this week, unfortunately. I listened to a lot of music. I read a lot of smutty books. I don't want to talk about smutty books here because everyone's gonna.
You're allowed to talk. You're allowed to talk about smutty books. That's the thing.
I'll finish writing one, and then we'll get back to that.
I
Have me
like
back
it.
on for that.
Bet.
Actually, that is technically a piece of media. So I released my first book last year. This weekend last year.
Nice.
Got a name? What is
It
it?
is
I need details.
It is called Like Johnny and June, and it is available on Kindle Unlimited. It is available through Amazon, and yeah,
All right.
I did it for me, and so I'm writing a different book for me, and I'm getting there. About a third of the way done.
Nice.
Yeah.
Might have to check that out.
Gaza, what you got?
I started watching, and they're just like 15-minute episodes. It's Star Wars Tales of the Underworld, and I just got the first one done, so don't know about it. But I'm gonna wait on that one, so that one's coming up. But I did want to talk about a video game I'm playing. It's
I have no idea why.
Yeah. Expedition 33 is the name of it. It's something obscura, and it is from a group of people that left Ubisoft, however you want to say it, and it's a French company. and pretty much you don't know what the hell's going on in this world. For some reason, you're something about the Expedition 33 is happening, and I can't really tell you about it because it would ruin some of the story of it, because you learn about the history of the world and everything goes on as you're playing the game. And the combat is, I wouldn't say it's very simple. It is a turn-based RPG, but it has quick time events within the turn-based, so you're actually doing something. The graphics are very, very good.
They're gorgeous.
Yeah, the fight scenes are very fun and interesting, even if all you're doing is picking your skill and you're doing your quick time events. It's not like you walk up to hit it and you just walk up and go poke and then you jump back. You do all these flipping and cool things. Story-wise, I'm just through Act 1 and first gut punch is there. And I'm like, I'm for it. I'm here. I'm good. This has got one of my good approvals.
It was such a gut punch that he had to call me on my way home as I'm driving to tell me about it. And I'm just sitting there like, I'm sorry, what did you just tell me? Okay, I'm glad I just can sit here and process this. No big deal, it's fine.
Gameplay is really good. Graphics are really good. Story is a little weird, but you're learning about it, so it's not like it's weird unintentionally. It's just revealing things as they happen. It is cheap too. It's only like $45 compared to like $79 to $80 nowadays, and so it's very solid. If they don't make a part 2 or they don't get something out of it, I'm going to be really, really, really surprised. Highly recommend it if you like good turn-based RPG, good story, good graphics. You can sit and chill with it, so it's not like hardcore. But the story is really neat. The characters are really fun. Leveling up
Top
has been
tier
really
voice
neat.
acting.
Oh yeah, top. Charlie Cox plays one of the main characters. Yeah, Daredevil.
Okay.
The lady that does Shadowheart voice in Baldur's Gate, she's doing
Yeah.
a voice in this. I haven't looked up anybody else. We just recognizing voices and faces.
Andy Serkis.
Yeah, Andy Serkis is
Is the
doing
big
some
one.
stuff. Yep.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very solid game. I highly recommend it. It's been a ton of fun. It's just nice and chill, relaxed, but good story, good information. So I'm enjoying the shit out of it. So
Good.
I'll give a final rating, but so far, it's going to be rated as one of my top games already. Mizzy, you got anything?
I think that's it for me. I did not watch a whole lot of stuff.
No, we were all busy with other things this week. Brie, you got anything else?
No, but I really wish I had seen Thunderbolts when it came out.
Everybody's saying it's got a pretty decent review on it. It's got a decent review.
I've heard really good things, and Yelena is my girl, so I'm also Florence Pugh's just really pretty.
Well, you know.
Titanic. Florence Pugh at all of the coverage of like the red carpet and stuff like that. Florence and Sebastian Stan are really like usually close to each other proximity wise. And my bipanic kicks in really hard whenever I see those pictures. So
Yeah.
you understand.
I don't know anything about that at all. No, never. Mm-mm.
Yeah, because anytime you want to say something, you say the bipanic. We'll just talk about the Mummy. And instantly we get 2 physical reactions.
Where is the lie? There is no lie.
So, and Nizzy agrees with me. So, guys, that is our show for today. We really appreciate you coming and hanging out. We really appreciate you listening to us, whether you're we did do some changing up to our listening things. We will be getting rid of SoundCloud as one of our platforms because they charge, and I can get everything else for free on somewhere else. So we we pushed everything over to Spotify because the hosting there is free, and we've got it all moved over, and that got done. So you may have to get some RSS feeds refed up in case that happens. But other than that, again, we want to thank Turbo Dork for sponsoring the channel. And next week will be the start of the brand new team of More Than Dice. Nessie will be on. Make sure you come and join us on his first episode. He's got a lot to talk about and a lot to go over.
Yay, Nessie! I'm so excited.
For More Than Dice, I'm Gonzo.
I'm Captain Busy.
I'm Brie.
Good night.
Thanks for listening to More Than Dice, making the world a better, nerdier place, one dumb joke at a time. Be sure to subscribe wherever you heard this podcast so you never miss a future episode. For more nerdy action or to connect with your hosts, check them out on Facebook.com/MoreThanDice and Twitch.tv/more_than_dice. Until next time, stay nerdy, stay proud, and we'll see you soon on the More Than Dice podcast.